Hey, what's up, you guys? Welcome back. Welcome back. Wait, we can't sing that because that's copywritten. We have to make up our welcome back
to Shane and Friend.
Honestly, that was kind of good.
That was not bad. I think we need a backbeat, though.
That reminded me of, like, the moment in Elf when she was in the shower and he was creepily, by the way, so creepy, standing there watching her. And she was like...
He wasn't watching her. He was just enjoying the sounds of her beautiful voice.
Has anybody ever watched you take a shower?
I barely even take showers myself for anybody to watch. And no.
Well, if you guys want to watch us take a shower, and by take a shower, I mean shower you with...
money!
Laughs.
Oh.
Money.
I want to shower money.
Go to fullscreen.com or download the Fullscreen app and you can watch our show. Not just listen, watch.
And there's some crazy shit that goes down, y'all, so...
You're going to want to watch today because we have a TV. Later, we're bringing in a fucking TV.
Like, straight up. I hope it works. It's so big.
I saw it, by the way, I saw a TV on the side of the road the other day and, like, my poor kid mentality kicked in every time I see a couch on the side of the road. Every time I see something, I'm like, oh, that's a good couch. That's a good curb couch.
Yeah, I do the same thing. Anything that, like, in an alleyway or furniture, I'm like, I want it. But then I have to realize, like, the alley I'm in, it's probably been peed on.
Right.
It's been slept on. There's
Why
bugs.
are you in so many alleys?
Well, in California, they happen to have a lot of alleys behind apartment buildings and things like that.
Oh, okay.
And so, just taking out the trash or whatever.
Right.
And every time now and then, I'll see like a cool like cat stand. And I was like, I need that. Or like a office chair. I was like, cool. But there's probably like herpes all over it.
100%, which leads us into our first story.
Uh-oh. Oh, yeah.
My STD results.
And?
Okay, so let me explain how it all went down. Okay, so on the show previously, I talked about feeling like I had herpes.
Right.
And that was a big moment for me. And I regret talking about it.
Why?
Now, because now everybody's going to associate with me with having herpes. Just like if somebody gets alleged of being a rapist, even if they didn't rape the person.
You on Megan's Law for the rest of your life.
Forever you're a rapist.
Yeah.
Okay. So forever I have herpes, but I'm a survivor. So I am waiting for the test result. Oh, first of all, let me talk about going. So I Google, STD, test whatever.
You did that last week.
Oh, I talked about that. Okay, good. So I call because, the test results aren't coming in. And I'm, waiting. Nothing's coming. So I call. And I was just like, hey, I'm just wondering, when the results are going to come in. And the girl goes, what's your name? And I said, Shane, because that's my real name. She goes, okay. She's like, okay, I'm looking. Oh, well, half of your results did come in. Do you want me to read them to you? And I'm like, oh my God, I was not expecting this.
But why only half?
Yeah, well, because I guess HIV takes an extra 2 days. And I was just like, oh my God, I was not expecting this moment. But okay, I'm in an Uber right now. I'm like, okay, let's do this. And then she goes, wait, really quick, I need to confirm. I need your email. And I was like, you do, for sure? She's like, yes. And I'm like...
That's how they confirm?
By the way, her name was Cindy and she sounded very young. So she's like, I need your email. And I was like, okay, it's... You know where this is going.
You gave it.
Shane Dawson. And I said, my email has Shane Dawson in it. And she literally went, and I was like, bitch. Oh my God. Everything dropped. Because in my head, I'm like, okay.
Yep.
Number one, if she is a fan, she is... she knows I think I have an STD. Number two, what if I have an STD? And now she's now she knows and she's going to be like, ew, Shane's dirty. Or she's going to be like, oh, damn, I got some Twitter exclusive.
She's putting her Snapchat up as she's doing it.
She's like, okay, time to read your results.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so I'm just like, uh-huh. And then she goes, oh, yes, sorry. Yes, okay. Shane, okay, I have your results. And here they are. My heart was pumping. I was nervous. And then she was just like, okay. Gonorrhea? Negative. She went so slow, too.
Right, you're like...
And I was like, okay, yes. Next.
Yeah,
she's like,
just cheering section.
Syphilis? Negative. Okay, yes. Then she goes, oh. And I was like, oh, no. What, Cindy? Bitch, what?
What? Cindy, what?
Cindy, what? Cindy? And then she goes, okay, so you're positive for herpes. And I said, bitch, pull the Uber over. Oh, my God. And then she goes, okay, so...
Wait.
This is, so basically, herpes type 1. I said, bitch, herpes type 1? My 12-year-olds have that. Everybody has that. 99% of the world has that. That's just when you have a cold sore. And I'm like, and she goes, yeah, no, I know. I'm just saying you're positive for it. And I'm like, I know, Cindy.
Teresa gave that to me in 92, Cindy. Come on now.
I'm like, I had a cold sore when I was 10, and that's what it's from. I haven't had one since. I've been very lucky. But Cindy, I already know. And she's like, oh, okay. And then I'm like, what about herpes type 2, Cindy? That's what I'm calling
That's what
about,
I'm here
Cindy.
for.
And she goes, oh, no, you're negative for that. And I was like, Cindy girl.
We got to get her on the podcast.
I said, for sure, Cindy, get her on the podcast.
Yeah.
Genital herpes, for sure, that's negative. And she goes, 100% negative. And I'm like, okay. What about everything else? And then she goes, no, everything's negative. She's like, but you have herpes type 1. I'm like, I know, you don't have to say it again.
I got it, Cindy.
I got it. So I don't have it. And then 2 days later, I got the email, and I don't have HIV, so I'm good.
Congratulations, sir. I'm very proud of you.
Fuck me now.
How is the scab and situation? Is it healed?
Better. So my friend came over. I don't know if I talked about this. My friend came over. I did talk about it a little. He came over to calm me down about my dick.
Yeah.
But he brought, because I was like, maybe it's a burn. Maybe I should put aloe vera on it. Aloe vera, whatever. And he was like, oh, he's kind of a hippie. He's like, oh, I got the best shit. He brought an actual aloe vera plant.
Straight up.
And he fucking was cutting it up. And he's like, go rub this on your dick. And I did,
But
and it
works. Yeah, I burned myself the other day because I thought it would be a really smart idea while cooking pasta to take the lid off that way. And so my whole arm burned because I'm so smart. But I went outside and my hippie neighbor Gavin, he was like, yo, just take the aloe vera plant. I was like, but it's not in a bottle. It's not processed.
Right.
But it's that's where that shit comes from in the first place.
Yeah,
Isn't that crazy? Nature,
No,
man, can actually work.
My dick is incredible, and I want to show. You want to see it? Oh my God.
No.
Fullscreen.com.
Right?
Or download the Fullscreen app to see my dick.
You ain't paying me that much, sorry.
No, my dick looks good. It's better. I masturbated for the first time in a long time since I had the scab.
With aloe vera?
Oh my God, that's so gross. Can you imagine? With the leaf?
Not with the leaf, with the juice in the leaf as a lotion or something that you boys do.
I don't know. Aloe vera reminds me of, I went to a water park one time in my whole life. This is back when I was 12. And I didn't even take my shirt off because obviously.
Well, obviously. You still don't.
But I still got really burnt on my neck and my arms. And it was so burnt that it felt like I was on fire for a week. And every night we'd all lay our fat asses in the living room. My mom would just squirt aloe vera and rub it and let us cook. Just let us fucking cook.
Yeah, that
all
hurts.
night. Anyways, speaking of letting it cook.
Ooh.
Well, actually, I'll save this for another time because I wanted to talk about celebrity sex tapes with you because we have a fun personal story.
We do. Well, by we, I mean it's not necessarily fun, but it's personal.
Right. Well, we'll give a little taste. You want to say?
I don't have one. I do not have one. Actually, that's why I didn't lose my virginity till I'm 24 because I was petrified someone was going to videotape me having sex with them and then sell it to the Inquirer.
See, mine is the same except for nobody would buy it. I'm just nervous somebody would snap it. You know what I mean?
Oh, so you're more you're down to do it, but it's more of a fear of is anyone going to show up to my birthday party?
What?
Are people going to watch your sex on Snap?
Oh, that's so depressing. Nobody would watch it. Honestly, they'd get 1 second into it and they'd think it was some kind of a scary clown filter.
Ooh,
and they'd be like, you know what I mean? Like an afro and a weird nose. And they'd be like, oh, it's Shane's doing a clown filter on his face. And then they'd be like, no, oh my God, no.
Get me out of this circus.
Oh my God.
Get me out of this circus.
Okay. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do. Fair Abraham time. Do-do-do-do-do. God made a mistake.
Oops.
Look at the lights changing. Oh, rainbow.
Oh, it's supposed to be pink if you want to see it on fullscreen.com.
But honestly, I'm kind of living for the rainbow.
I'm living for the rainbow, too.
Oh, no, they're changing it. Okay, so Fair Abraham time, what do you got?
So we have a couple to do today. But one of the first ones is, I have a little clip here I'm going to pull up. Basically, it's from, I found it, it's pretty funny. It's from her on the red carpet at the MTV Music Awards. Mm-hmm. And some Canadian chick from I don't know, some program is interviewing her on it. And I just want you to hear the first kind of question and how she describes her amazing boobs.
I'm so ready.
Need a separate introduction to your cleavage. Cleavage? Hi, it's Fair Rob. Rob. What did you call them? I just divined my name. Fair and Rob. Oh, it's so nice to meet all three of you. Do you like serious acting?
Wait, pause that. Wait, she calls her boobs fair and raw?
Fair, rah. And then it's my name, Fair, rah.
Now I'm confused. So wait, so are her boobs rah-rahs or are her boobs fair-rahs?
See, now this is what I'm confused about because I feel like she's starting this rah-rah hashtag thing and I don't know what that means.
So wait, she's using the hashtag rah-rah now?
I think so.
What does that even mean?
I think it means her tits.
Well, read it in a sentence. What is one of her hashtags?
One of her hashtags is yo, here's my rah-rahs. Where is it?
No, one of her. Oh, I saw one of her hashtags, and it was check out my Snapchat, all my rah-rahs. So does that mean you can see her tits on her snaps?
Oh, like you could see all the
Talk about a
rah-rahs.
clown filter.
Woo, girl.
Wait, whose interview? What is this?
This is, I don't know, some Canadian chick.
Okay, keep going.
It's great.
I like all of Will Smith, and that's why he's a Winnie.
Wait, what?
Let's talk about Will Smith.
Na 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 na. Hey, I don't know. That's what I do.
Bitch, it's
Wait,
supposed-
wait, what was that?
That was because she asked her, was like, do you like Will Smith? And she was like, oh, I love Will Smith. And then she was like, fill in the blanks. Na 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 na.
Hey.
Bitch, it's Get Jiggy With It.
Well, what is the Hey song?
That doesn't exist.
Yes, it
No,
fucking does.
then what
na,
is
na,
it?
na, 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 na. Hey, that's a fucking song.
It's not.
Googling it now.
Go for it, because it's na 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 na. Get jiggy with it.
No, wait. I agree with Farrah for the first time in my life. Na na. Wait, na 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 na.
Oh, because you're going to really find some search engine
Hey, I bet I will.
things
I
there.
bet I will.
You will not.
Hi. It's from a band called Bananarama, and it's called. Oh wait, hey, na 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 na. Hey. Okay, that's a different song.
Obviously.
But na 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 na. Hey, oh, the Supremes. Na na na. No.
No, you are incorrect, sir, on all your searches.
It is a song.
No, it's
Yes,
not.
it is.
No, it's
Na,
not.
na, 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 na. You know what? Hold on. I'm gonna by the end of this segment.
You go ahead,
By
sir.
the end of this segment, hold on. I'm on Snapchat, guys. Follow me. LOL Shane Dawson.
You just
Hey
go
guys,
ahead.
we're doing a podcast right now, and I'm having a fight with Jesse. Isn't this a song? Na 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 na. Hey, if so, what song is it? Let me know. Send me a text.
It's not a song.
Bet you 100%.
Did you just Snapchat that to everybody?
I did,
That's
and
smart.
they're gonna send me back. By the way, that's how I use Snapchat. I don't use it to be like, this is my life. I use it to be like, hey guys, like I'm at the store and I can't fucking remember this thing. Like, what is it? Or like, hey, what's this song? And people are like, Shane, Google.
That's pretty smart, though.
I know.
Because why not? Why do the research yourself when you can have other people do it for you?
That's my life.
I know.
Wait, what else, Farrah?
So the last question, this chick asked her about her kissing technique.
Oof.
Oh, wait for it.
It's a
'cause
lot
it's
of.
great. It's a lot of Coke bottles.
Honor. Yes. How would you rank yourself as a kisser? 1 to 10 out of 10. It ain't hotter than these lips, okay? If you could just, for our viewers, describe slowly and in detail your kissing technique. I don't think about it. Next, you
What?
And that's it. I don't think
Listen,
about
okay,
it.
here's what I'm gonna say. I know. Usually I disagree. I think what she means is like she doesn't think about it when she's doing it. She's just doing it.
Yeah.
And that's the best way to do it. If you're thinking about the kissing technique, then you're going to be in your head and it's going to be weird.
I guess so.
Have you ever had a weird kiss? Like
Yes.
a weird one?
Yeah.
Like who? What?
I mean, just probably in like the early days of
Right.
just like macking and making out. And it's just like some people just don't get it. Like, I
Right.
don't need your entire tongue
Right.
down my esophagus. I already had
Right.
dinner.
Right.
I don't need it, you know? And it's just like, or it's a super swirl or teeth. I don't like the biters, the ones that like think it's sexy to bite your lips and shit. That's not cute.
Oh my God. Okay, so I'm on Snapchat. We've got some answers.
Oh, let's hear it.
Number one, Nikki said, get jiggy with it.
Thank you, Nikki.
No, Nikki's wrong. She's
No,
wrong.
Nikki is right. Ding,
No, she's
tally
not.
the ding, tally the ding.
Okay.
More
Wait, this
jiggy.
is a video. Hold on. Oh, wait. Fuck. I missed it. Wait, how do I watch it again?
I don't know. I
replay.
don't know how to use that.
Fuck. Why isn't it working? Oh.
I know what song it is, but my dad used to sing it to me when I was little, so yeah.
I just
See?
got dated.
See?
You know what that was when she was little? Was Will Smith getting jiggy with it. Thank you, too.
Wait.
I'm winning.
It's We're the Kids in America. No, that's not it.
No, we're the kids in America.
Whoa.
Oh.
Somebody said we can't stop at Miley Cyrus. No, it
Nope.
is not.
It's not. You might be getting it confused with the Clarissa Explains It All theme song or something.
We were getting a lot of kids going, I think I know that song. And like, that's it.
Yeah, because it came out before you were born, you cunts. Ask your parents. That is Will Smith getting jiggy with it.
Wait, well, there's one more. Somebody said, I don't know what the fuck that song is. Someone said, it's Will Smith.
Thank you. 3. So far, I'm winning.
Somebody said, another person is Will Smith.
Thank you. 4.
Somebody said Jesse's wrong. She's an idiot.
Thank you.
I'm kidding. Nobody said
1.
that. I said
Negative 1 for Shane.
that. Okay, everybody's saying getting jiggy with it. I'm very angry. Next week, we'll have an answer. I'm going to really research this.
I win. Sorry, Shane. But you're just not as musically talented as I am, and my knowledge of music is extensive.
You know what it is? I think it's like at like pep rallies, you know? Like when they're like the cheerleaders like na 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 na. Hey, I think that's what it is. It might not be a song on the radio.
When's the last time you went to a sporting event, Shane? Why are you trying to throw this fucking bullshit my way right now? When's the last time you saw a sport live?
Ooh. Does a dog trick show count?
Sure.
I saw a dog trick show 2 years ago.
Let me ask you.
Yeah.
A part of that show, was there any like cheerleaders or like audience hype or anything like that?
They did have cheer dogs.
Oh, really? What was their cheer?
They
Shane?
went. God damn it. All right, guys, we're going to take a break. And when we come back, we're going to be with Paul Scheer, who I'm so excited. Guys, I'm so excited. I love him. If you don't know who he is, Google him. You'll know his face instantly.
He's in everything.
He's literally been in 5,000 movies. I've been obsessed with him since I was like, oh my God, that sounds weird. Not since I was a kid. Well, kind of. I mean, best week ever.
Kind of like Will Smith getting jiggy with it? Obsessed with your kid?
Do you think Paul Scheer will teach me his kissing technique?
Ooh.
I feel like he's good.
I feel like he's been around the block. He landed himself a hot wife, and I'm not sure how still.
Yeah. All right, you guys. We will see you guys soon. And we're back with Paul Scheer.
Yes!
Thank you so much. I'm very excited to be here.
Okay, let me say, I never get nervous. That's a lot. I get nervous about literally everything.
Driving here, he's nervous.
But I am nervous because I'm actually like a fan and I have watched you forever.
He threw up on the way here.
I actually did throw up on the way here. It was an Uber situation.
Okay, got
Carpool.
it. You know, I was actually in a Lyft the other day where the guy had constructed his own sick bag. And it was beautifully constructed. It was almost something that you would have seen on like Gilligan's Island or Survivor. It was like a wood-based thing with like a little cargo net, like he had made it. And he said, and it was handwritten almost in like a shaky marker, sick bags. And they were just all like kind of old like supermarket bags.
Oh no!
That.
When you said cargo, I thought maybe it would drip through holes or something.
Well, no. You wouldn't puke into the
I thought
cargo
it was like a filter.
No,
Okay,
yeah.
I got it.
That's just holding the bags.
I feel like I might have told this story, and I probably did because it's amazing. I was in an Uber with my friend Trish, and she's big-titted blonde girl, and she was very drunk.
Huge tits.
And the Uber guy picked us up. She was very drunk, and she threw up in a trash bag that I had for her. I tied it up, and then I like tried to hide it. And then as we're getting out, the Uber driver turns around and goes, can I keep the, and we went,
no.
what? And then he goes, can I keep the, and like pointed to the bag. And my friend was just like, all right, and handed him a fucking bag of vomit. And he kept it. I don't know what that means.
Did you check eBay? He sold that shit.
Ooh, what are you doing with vomit?
People are fucking weird.
I know.
People have fetishes, apparently.
How many times have you ever puked in a cab, for both of you? Ubers count.
I've puked 3 times, but it's not because I don't get drunk. It's because I get car sick.
Really?
So I have to pull
back
over.
seat. Do you sit in the front, or you always go back?
I feel like they get mad if you're in the front, right?
I feel like that's the social construct that Lyft and Uber want you to believe. It's like they're not a cab driver. They're your friend that's driving.
Right.
Like, and I don't like that.
No.
I don't want that.
No, this is how I set the tone, and I feel like you might do the same thing because we feel like we're both very antisocial. Like, I set the tone by, I already have, headphones are in.
That's what somebody just told me.
Yeah.
Headphones are
in. I'm not listening to anything.
Yeah.
And then I get in, and then when they go, how's your day? I go, oh, sorry. What?
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah, and then I go, oh, sorry, no, sorry.
Good,
Set
thanks.
the tone.
Yeah, you see, that's a good way to go. I forget to put the earphones in, and I think I have to start to bring the earphones in because then I just basically have the same conversation that it's just like it's a conversation of boring.
Oh, yeah.
It's like, yes, it's nice out. Oh, yes, I am going out. How are you?
Yeah.
Was it a good night? Is it a busy night?
I don't even get that far. I don't even get that far. I'm like, yeah, okay, yeah, sure. Tomorrow? Like I just have a conversation with myself for like an hour because I don't have my phone. Remember when phones used to be phones and not personal computers you just fucked with when you're in your Uber?
Wait. My instinct is to be antisocial, but
yeah.
I don't. And then I get in there and then I'm fucking talking for 25 minutes.
Their kids, you know how they got married, their favorite food.
Yes.
Everything.
Well, okay. I am really excited because I was like, okay, like, what should we start out talking about? Like, what's
and I
like...
only say I'm a fan of yours. So I was very excited to be here.
Look, did you throw up in the Uber too?
I drove here and I throw up all the time. And so, yes, it was a special throw up.
Amazing.
No, well, okay. First of all, Paul is one of the 10 people in the whole world who watched The Chair, which was a show I was on.
I love The Chair.
Really?
I feel like I knew of Shane. I had seen videos, but The Chair was the turning point for me where I really got invested in Shane. Shane was a part of my daily life. My
Really?
wife and I were watching the show, and we wouldn't even binge it because we felt like it would take away the power of The Chair. We wanted to really enjoy these. Have you seen The Chair?
I have not seen The Chair. I could give two fucks. All I know is The Chair got me here. Hey!
The Chair is great, and you were great on it, and you made a great movie because of it. Have you
I
seen
saw
his
the movie.
Okay. Did you like the movie?
I like the movie. You should talk about his movie on your podcast.
No, that would not be the thing to do. That would be the wrong thing to do.
By the way, he has a podcast where he talks about the worst movies ever made.
Yeah, that would
You
not
asked me
be
what
the-
I thought
You know,
about
Rotten
it.
Tomatoes
You-
would agree with that. So I haven't looked at the percentage. I'm sure it's dripped under 20,
Right.
and I'm okay with it.
You know what? You're hitting Batman v Superman numbers, and that's
Which
fine.
I'm hitting my Big Fat Greek Life too, and I'm okay with that.
That's all right.
The sequel that no one asked for.
Wait. But even more of a train wreck.
Yes.
The Streamies. I just remembered.
Oh my God.
Okay, guys, if you don't know what this is, the Streamies were an awful award show for YouTube, I guess, and this was like years ago.
Do
maybe
they still
6 years
exist?
ago.
They still exist, and they've been really cleaned up. Like Dick
Right.
Clark Productions came in, and they've really like polished the shit.
Yeah,
out.
yeah. Back then, it was not. It was awful. It was crazy, and it was my first award show ever. And I was nominated for something I don't remember, but I went there. The vibe was very strange. It was very weird. By the half of the show, when I went up to get my award, the audience was gone.
Yes. I can tell you so much good dirt about the experience of that. So I got asked to host a Streamy, which was like the Academy Awards for the internet. Like that's basically this, but yet it was combining. It was almost like hosting the ESPYs, the Tonys, and the Emmys in the same room. It was like, yes, all these people do things, but they shouldn't all be here. And it was hard to kind of like collab, like, you know, so, and the energy in the room was, I think some people were expecting it to be like, we need to be respected. And other people were like, it's just a fun, goofy show.
Let's get drunk.
Yeah, and so I was brought in to host this thing, and I was like, well, I want to do certain things, and we had no rehearsal. Zero rehearsal. And
You
I
were
was
the
like,
main host?
I was
Yeah.
the main host, and I was like, can I get into the space and rehearse? And they're like, no.
What?
And then you can come here at 3 o'clock. The thing started at like 6 or 7.
Shut your mouth.
And so like we were writing, we were trying to do stuff. And so part of the jokes I was doing was, what the fuck are the Streamies? Like, you know, and then, you know, if you look at like, the one, I think the ding that I took was that I made more fun of like the internet and streaming because it was like, we should have a sense of humor about it. Like
What
Chris
is this?
Rock is making fun about the Danish girl. Like we can at the
Ricky
Oscars.
Gervais did the
That's
whole
the
thing.
whole thing. And it
during
wasn't
the-
like, fuck you, you suck. It was sort of like, what are we doing? Like, you know, I was like,
But most of it sucks.
Yeah.
but it was like, but I'm considering myself as part of that world too. And it was never like pointed. It was just more general. And there was a group of people that really did not like it. And there was a group of people that did like it. But it was the most polarizing audience because the director quit midway through the show.
Shut up.
There was no communication. They kept on throwing me back out there because they didn't know what was going on. They had like a streaker came on stage in the middle of the stage. The audience was leaving. It was like everything but the stage fell down. Like the opening number was not synced up to music, so it was like a musical without music.
Oh, come
My
on.
mic was on pre-show, so people that were watching online were hearing me backstage running the monologue.
What a
and then I
mess.
came out there. So it was just basically like the show is literally falling apart.
Right.
It was one of the best experiences of my life because it's like, this is awesome. Like
Yeah.
I'm here and I'm gonna fucking. I was committed to being there, and I loved being there. But it was a fucking disaster.
It was insane.
Wow.
I remember at one point, there's a YouTuber, Shay Carl, who's still really popular. And I remember there was something where like he ran up on stage and started humping Chris Hardwick.
Yes, that was yes.
That was me. I will hump him in a second.
And like I had a guy come out to accept like the best like porn award, and it was just like it was just I've been to Streamies since, and I was like actually like at a.
What was the first one?
Yeah, I was actually at one that was like a support group for people that were upset by the streaming.
Stop.
No.
Yeah, it was a big deal. It was a very big deal. It was interesting.
But it's got to be cool though as a performer. Like if you can get through that,
It was
you're
the
set.
best.
You know, like you can do anything. You know,
Yeah, because I think it's sort of like the idea that like the show has to go on, like no matter
Yeah.
what. And I've only done that twice, where like it's going and you just can't.
and it's
stop.
right now.
Yeah,
You know,
that's
and you
it.
got to go with it.
I was happy because, you know, I was scared. I've never been in front of that many people before. So I was happy that the audience was gone when I got my award because it was just my brother. And then it was just like a really drunk Shay Carl. And like, that was it.
Nice.
great.
Yeah, it was
Nice.
a very bizarre night. It was a bizarre night.
That's
Yeah.
why, and no wonder I feel so connected to you. We shared such a dramatic,
I know that was
dramatic event.
That is one of, and it's interesting that event, an event that was just this moment where I was like, oh my God, I have connected to so many people because it was like, you were there. It was it was our own.
It was our Titanic.
It was.
Yeah.
It was. We were all
Yeah.
there, and the people who lasted to the end, we all were. And there's a victory to that. Like we
hilarious.
did it. We
Yeah.
fought in the trenches. We were back.
We're alive to tell the story.
There's a PTSD, but it's like post-traumatic streaming disorder.
That's
Oh my God.
funny.
Wait. Speaking of the internet, so you have this show, Filthy Preppy Teens,
Yes.
which is about like young, hot teenagers. And my first thought was like, how did you research? Have you been to like a young, hot Hollywood party? I haven't.
No, look, we did this show. It's coming out on full screen, and it was originally called Filthy Sexy Teens. Yes. But when you Google that, it would
many.
be very hard to
That's
kinda-
cops are knocking at your door. They're coming to get you.
We had to change it to Filthy Preppy. But yeah, no, I think it came out of just the proliferation of all those like teen shows like Pretty Little Liars and Gossip Girl and stuff. No, I have not hung out with teens, and I shouldn't hang out with teens. And if I do hang out with teens, I'm creepy. And I understand the line that has to be drawn. Like,
Right.
I can only interact with certain people because I don't want to ever be that old person that's also there. Like, it's weird. It's a weird, yeah.
Teens are changing. I was at this
sure
thing,
are.
and it's so scary. I was at this thing the other day, and it was like all teen YouTube kids, and one of them was very young. I'm maybe under 18, and they were just talking to her friends. And she's like, "Oh, girl, you don't even know. Last night he choked me with his belt and ate out my ass." I mean,
Oh yeah, they're sucking dick on the bus.
Well, that...
They are.
I mean, like what? Like what was your life as a teen? Mine was not getting my ass eaten.
But
No.
you see, I think the thing is, I read this article by a very smart person in like New York Magazine. I think it was all about how like these dating apps and everything like that. And I don't want to sound like, oh, these apps, but I've been out of the dating game for a long time, so I don't know how this all works. But
Consider yourself lucky.
I do every moment. But the idea is like that it's just sort of like, oh, if you don't do this one thing that I'm into, then I'm going to go there's someone else out there who will.
Right.
And so you can just keep on kind of going through it. Like you can always cycle through. It's like, so I feel like people are just more willing to be like, fuck it, I'll do this. Let's try it. I think right? I don't know. My life was not
you look
like
terrified.
that. No, my teen life was not of that nature at all.
I learned what a dildo was, I think, in like 10th grade.
Yeah.
Because someone waved it out the window to me. It was a big
What?
middle finger. Like, because I was driving with my brother in traffic and someone, like, he cut somebody off and they held out a big middle finger. I was like, look at that prop middle finger. It's so funny.
didn't
And my
even
brother's like,
know-
it's a dildo. I was like, what is that?
I
And it
didn't
was
even
like,
know until yesterday that girls liked getting their ass eaten. A 17-year-old had to tell me that.
Right.
Well, that you should be up on. I mean, look, that is that's the new way of the
I've
world.
never seen a porn where a girl's like, "Oh yeah, eat my ass." Like, what
What?
does that even?
I think it's called tossing the salad.
Tossing the salad,
Oh,
yeah.
I have heard Oprah talk about that.
Yeah.
Oprah.
She did. She did a whole episode
Gail.
with Gail. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, Oprah
Yeah.
did that episode also that was like the total bullshit episode where it was like the rainbow party where you like get your dick sucked by
yeah.
girls with different lipstick on and then you have a rainbow on your dick, which is not something that happens. Like it was
Right.
like one of their producers like looked at Urban Dictionary like, oh,
Yeah.
we're talking about rainbow parties. Like because then there's those other things too. Like I don't know if are we getting freer with our sexuality, because I think America is more repressed, like sexually, right? Like there should be, like we shouldn't be that held up. But is it for good or for bad? I don't know.
I feel like maybe it has to do obviously with like technology and just how information is easily spread. Now that I think that people just know that people do this shit, they're like, oh, it's okay. But everyone I think was doing this in the first place, but keeping it under wraps.
So maybe like there were a couple explorers, kind of like Lewis and Clark, going, hey, there's a world of ass eating out here, but only they knew about it. And now they're like, they've come back and like, come with us. And everyone's like, yes, we will all eat ass.
Yes.
The American bounty is here.
United Ass of America is what it used to be.
When did you get married?
I've been married now. To my awesome wife. We have been together for like 11 years. So I've been out. I was before the ass eating generation, but no.
Dating Game was still on TV when you were in the dating game.
No, but yeah, like, no, I'm trying to feel like we've been together for a long time. So like I really did avoid like I just got out on the cusp of like I feel like a very big shift.
Yeah.
Right.
Like
it's crazy now. Because honestly, like you said, one word can make you go swipe right or swipe left. Oh, he's a midnight toker. Oh,
but don't you like?
He likes yoga.
There's
whatever.
a part of me that my mom, I think. I was raised like Catholic, and my parents are very like
forever and ever.
There was a certain like fear. Like, I think there was a fear of God in me to do like anything wrong.
I still feel guilty masturbating.
Oh, it's crazy. I never had the guilt for masturbating, but I definitely had the guilt. My mom was like, just want you to know, if you have sex with a girl, you need to be willing. This is like in high school, or not even high school, like when I was 12. She's like, that she'll get pregnant and you'll have to be a father. So I just want you to know that. And I think like those images kind of like burnt into my head, and it was made me very not repressed, but like fearful of anything.
But that's called responsibility.
No,
if you're not ready to have a kid, don't stick your dick in something.
I was raised Catholic too, and every night before bed, my mom would go, okay, like me and my brother would be like laying on our bed, and she'd be like talking to us to sleep, and she'd be like, okay, now let's talk about what hell looks like. I'm not kidding.
Wow.
And then we'd be like, it's fiery and it's brimstone. Like it was a whole thing.
I thought you were about to sing a song. I got very excited. I'm like, what's this hell song about?
My mom became a born again Catholic, and a born again Catholic.
Oh, those are even worse.
It was like everyone's singing, dancing, and then my mom was getting baptized in the front of the stage. At one point, like she went through all my albums and took out albums and like replaced my toys with like Christian toys, like Moses with the 2 tablets in his hand,
lifting
kind of
weights.
stuff. Yeah, it was.
Figure.
I used to play with Moses in a Batmobile.
Oh, that's amazing. You could probably part the sea really fast with that.
Just drive through the sea.
Yeah,
Wait, so did you miss? So like in your dating before you met her, did you get asked to do anything crazy? Because I'm new to dating. I mean, I've never been asked to do anything crazy. Were you asked to do anything crazy? And same goes for you, Jess. And what was it? And also, did it open your mind?
That's a really good question. I tended to be more in monogamous. I was like I was like a monogamous guy. Like I would get in a relationship, and then I would stay in it, and then it would cycle out, then I'd have a break, and then I'd go find another person.
One of those guys.
One of those, yeah, I know. Yeah, real scum of the earth. But then I had about a year and a half break during this time, and that was like the most interesting, like I guess, time where this would be. But
how old were you on that break?
Probably like in my mid-20s. Yeah.
That's gonna get you.
Yeah, so that was like an interesting time, but no, like nothing. I'm also like in a certain community too. Like I was like in the comedy community. I don't think it's like where people aren't really like wearing their sexuality like out on their sleeves. It's not like these are people who are gonna get fucked up.
You're like making out with your wife with like full face paint, makeup on, like wig.
Wigs and costumes.
You guys met at UCB?
We did,
Cool.
yeah. UCB, which is Upright Citizens Brigade, which has a place in New York and LA, but which I'm trained to say like a dog.
Right.
I'm trying to think of.
Was there a lot of joking during sex?
No bit zones. I feel like there's no bits. I feel like you can't do bits.
I had a bit where I would like make my dick talk.
Oh.
And I'd be like, uh-oh, or whatever. And then, like, I'd make her pussy talk, and it'd be like, oh, and I'd do, like, a deep voice. And it was, like, a whole bit. It was, like, funny.
Did you do that with Lisa?
Yeah.
Oh, she didn't tell me that. Oh, girl. Bedroom secrets. Puppetry.
I think, like, you could do... Like, I find, like, the way that it's only backfired. It would be, like, funny for a second, and then you get too into the bit, and then the sexual moment dies, and you're like, well, what are we doing here? What do we?
Go have some ice cream or
I
something.
feel like I feel like I got attacked twice. And that was not in a way that I'm like, oh, I was, but I got like, I would get drunk and I feel like I got rescued one time, but I got like straight up like mauled by somebody one time. And that was like the most kind of like, I was like, whoa, that happened. That was a pretty crazy thing because I was very easy, not an easy drunk, but I think once I'm drunk, I'm easy to be like, come with me. I'm like, all right, sure.
Right? So you wind up in Mexico.
Yeah, I'm like, I'll do whatever. Yeah.
We were talking about earlier on the show, we were talking about my STD test results.
Okay.
Which were great. Did you ever have an STD scare?
I never had an STD scare, but I did have a doctor who was obsessed with checking me for STDs. and I'm like, I've been with my wife for like or my girlfriend at that time. I was like, for 5 years. She's like, yeah, but has she been with you?
Ooh,
and
doctor.
And she did this thing, and I remember this to the point, like, she got up in my dick and was like peeling, like, like not peeling it, not like, but like, I just, like there is for like I am circumcised,
Right.
but there is skin that you can. I don't know how to describe it. I'm no doctor, but
It's like a helmet with a flap down flap.
yeah, turtleneck. Yes, she's like looking underneath turtleneck. Now I tell you this much. When anyone, and I don't know if maybe it's just me, but I've never seen my penis retreat so far back into my body. So I'm in these two positions that are very awkward. One, which is I have someone up in my dick, and my dick is so tiny.
So small.
That I'm like also embarrassed that someone's looking at how tiny my dick is. Like, it's like, and I'm like, I want it to, I don't know what I want out of this situation. Oof. I don't know if I want my dick to be like in regular or like, but I also
turn
don't
into
want,
a fallopian tube. Get the fuck out of there.
It's like running back up into my body. Like, so yeah, that was the worst part.
I had an innie until I was like 19.
Okay.
A full innie. Like
penis or belly button?
Dick. Like it was gone. Like I was balls and then like a little like, like one of those.
Really?
Yeah. And then like after I lost all my weight and then when I like hit like 18, 19, I was like, oh my God, it's like, it's out sometimes. Like it's just out.
Yeah.
And then sometimes, even now, like when I get out of the shower and it's like, I'm kind of like steamy or whatever, and my like dick is like kind of out, I'm like, I wish somebody was here to see this. I wish I should accidentally Snapchat it. Because it's so exciting.
It's an exciting time. So you do have an STD scare.
Well, honey.
Long story short, I cut my dick shaving it. I know shaving a dick is weird, but like you
not
get a couple,
trimming it, shaving the shaft.
But you get
for one rogue hair.
You get a couple stray hairs.
You pluck it.
Yeah,
ouch.
That would be bad. I would just use scissors. And,
there you go.
Right.
Something.
See, I cut it. It scabbed over. I thought it was herpes. It was very terrifying.
Oh God, I can't. I should, but I can't bring myself, because here's my issue. If I'm shaving, cutting down there, underarms, whatever your place that you want to like just trim out the brush. I'm not talking about, keep it clean.
Yeah,
like,
not Edward Scissorhands over here.
Yeah,
You're
but
just
like,
trying to...
but then I'm like, is it going to grow back worse?
Right.
And is it going to be itchy? Because the last thing I want to do is walk around with like just feeling like an itchy, uncomfortable dick and balls. Like, I feel like that's
it's not fun.
No, it's not going to be a fun time for anybody.
Well,
unless you have a back scratcher handy or
Yeah,
something.
let's
Go
get
back
down
from
there.
behind.
the worst
People can't
part was
see it.
I had never had anybody see my tiny flaccid ever. And, well, my mom used to clean it up. Wait, side note. How old were you when... Did your mom clean your dick for you?
Never.
Okay, well...
Never. But are you circumcised or are you uncircumcised?
Circumcised.
Okay, so there's no reason for her to be cleaning it.
What did she clean it with?
The dick cheese. Her tongue. No, you have to...
What?
So you know how, like, you're shriveled, it's like a... And then they have to, like...
Yeah.
Go around to get the cheese out.
She couldn't have just told you to do that?
I was fat and lazy, and she was like, no, Mama's going to do it. And it went on till I was, like, 12. Maybe... Mom... Maybe we should talk.
That is like sometimes when you see those kids like on like Maury where they're like, I'm still breastfeeding at 7. And you're like, wait a second. When the kid can stand and reach the nipple by standing.
Yeah.
My grandma used to wipe my ass until I was like 12 too. She loved it. I'd go, Grandma.
Oh, no.
She'd run in and she'd like, pull her rings off. and get in it.
No way.
I mean, rest in peace. But anyways,
By the way, that's love.
I guess
that's
so.
well.
They're both love. They're both love.
Somebody molested me. All the signs are there.
You've been molested your whole damn life, apparently. Dick cleaning.
The only thing I remember doing that was slightly weird to my mom, and it wasn't even her to me, was I'd been watching a lot of Love Boat, and it was like when I was like 4 or 5 or something like that, and my mom went to go kiss me for goodnight, and I tried to French kiss my mom.
Open mouth.
Yeah, because I thought that was like how you kiss, and then I quickly realized that was
happened
not.
to me one time, actually. I came home from my first party. It was my first French kiss ever. And so I've been like practicing the open mouth, like going. And I got home from the party and I was like going to say goodnight to my parents. And I was like, night, Mom. And I like went open mouth and I was like, woo, and I was so embarrassed. And I just was like, nothing. And it was just, I Frenched my mom. By
Do you have siblings?
I have a brother.
Do you have siblings?
And I have 3 step siblings.
I don't. I was an only child, and for a brief period of time, I had 2 stepsisters.
Ooh.
And then they were gone, And one lived with us, and one didn't.
Isn't that crazy when, like, you were expected to have, like, siblings like that, and, like, all of a sudden we're stepbrothers, and we're living in the same house, and then, like, a year later, oh, just kidding, I'm not your family anymore.
Yeah. Well, the craziest thing, too, was, and again, this dates me, but when they were living with me, I was really young, and there was, like, no email at that point. So they left, and they were gone.
Yeah.
Like, there was, like, no... It was like, I feel like now if you have a stepsister or a brother, you could keep
Twitter.
Yeah, just some way to keep gone for good.
Okay. Well, back to my shriveled dick.
Yeah.
So the first time somebody saw my shriveled tiny cock, so nobody had ever seen it, and I would always try to hide it. And I think I told you about how I'd have sex. I would for the first time with the first girl, I would make her not look at me. Like it'd be a lot of turning her around because I just didn't want her to see it. I'd wear a shirt. I wouldn't let her see it.
Was this before or after weight loss?
After.
And so you're still wearing a shirt after
I
weight
was
loss?
still, yeah. And so I'm just not letting her see it. And then finally after the first month, she's like, what's happening? Like what's on your dick? Like what's going on? Whatever. So then I, right after sex, I took the condom off and I put my shorts on. And then she stopped me because she's like, I have to see it. And it was, my sad little tiny wet shriveled up dick. And then she goes, the worst word somebody could say, she goes, what's wrong with it? She's like, everybody's it's just a tiny shriveled dick.
Well, you never want to hear her say no. Yeah, you never want anyone to say that. Yeah, unless it's on display in a room somewhere. That's how you talk. Let me ask you, as a woman, do you think? Because this is a thought that I'm starting to have in my mind about this. And again, as the Lewis and Clark of sexuality is opening. I feel like
I will be the Joan of Arc.
Yeah, I want to hear it. I feel like there was a time. Well, I also feel like my impression of what sex was very staid and simple. As a child, put it in, missionary, that. And now everything's kind of opening up. And it seems to me like the dick is a little less important. I feel like everybody's like, the dick, the dick, the dick. But I don't think that girls are like, the dick, the dick, the dick, the dick all the time.
No. The dick is nothing but something that's just a nuisance that you got to take care of.
Right.
For a few minutes to get what you want.
Wait, so what do you want?
What do I want?
You want a whole package, right? It's like you just don't want a sunroof. You want AC. You want the satellite radio. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
You want the whole thing.
AC, satellite radio. I need GPS, unlock, smart car, smart TV, drive yourself, all that shit.
Yeah, you need to have. It's just one tool in the package.
Well, girls, I feel like, and this could be an overgeneralization, but me in particular, I'm not a very sexy person where I crave the dick and I crave relationships and I crave, a man and I'm gonna be happy and in love and marriage and all that shit. So to be honest,
what do you crave?
Girl, I just crave a good time and a nice meal and maybe some dick afterwards.
Okay.
But not even that.
So you just want to but I'm saying do you live a hookup life or do you live
Not even.
Not even. Okay.
No, I can't be bothered.
Okay, got it. I hear
to be honest. This is issues. My therapist is very frustrated. But in terms of dicks and penis, I feel like because you guys have penises outside of your body and it's always hitting things.
I thought she was going to say because you guys have tiny penises.
Size does not matter. A penis is a penis and a dick is a dick.
I just got little hard you saying that. Thank you.
You're welcome. 4 inches now. No, but in terms of you guys, your shit is outside.
Right.
So it's always knocking into your pants.
Right.
Or it's always somewhere, you're itching it, you're moving it. And so I feel like that activates your sexy brain. And you're always just wanting to fuck everything and everything's sex, 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 sex. For girls, our shit's inside. For me, my tits are so big, I don't even feel them anymore. I see you looking at my fake tits all day.
I'm all
What you know about this t-shirt, though? What you know about this beach body, though? But it's more of, I guess, not an intimate thing, but it's not as important. Sex is and sexiness.
Well, I feel like
is
the
not,
dick almost has been so like kind of brought out by like porn cultures. Like you gotta have a big dick, but I feel like sometimes most women are like, I don't want to have this big. Like, and I understand them. I'm putting myself in that mindset. I'm like, I don't want that in there.
Thank you.
And if I'm a dude, I don't want that in me either.
Thank you.
It's weird. What's going on here?
I knew one guy with a 9-inch penis, big old black sexy man, voice of an angel. We were in gospel choir together. He whipped that shit out, and I go,
wait.
Where do you want me to put that? It's not going to fit in
where
any
did he
orifice
whip it
of
out
my
hard,
body.
or did he whip it out
Hard.
Also, you can't go from gospel choir to where did he whip it out? In church?
We went to Chili's for dinner first.
Oh, jeez.
I know. Well, that was rule number 1. I was like, well, at least let me see how big this dick is.
Well, you said you like a good meal, so I understand now.
Yeah, baby back ribs, barbecue sauce, all that shit.
I did a movie one time, and the only we would shoot all day, and then we'd wrap at like 6 or 7 o'clock at night. And the only restaurant that was open that was near the hotel that we were at was Chili's, and I ate at Chili's every single day for over a month. And my wife came and visited me, and she was like, you are hanging out with trash, and you're becoming trash. Because I had that Chili's menu down pat. I was like, come down,
Chicken
we're going to get
crispers.
those ribs. We're going to get, can I get the blue margarita, please?
Yeah.
In the souvenir cup.
Yeah.
Thank you very much with the refills.
Bloomin'
I
onion.
knew
Bloomin' onion.
everything. I knew that menu so back and forth that she was like, what happened? I also gained like 40 pounds.
Yeah, and you just probably smelled like chicken, like fried chicken for
100%,
years.
yeah.
I love that. When I was filming Not Cool, I was right next to Cheesecake Factory, and I went there every single night. And then one night, I think I told the story before, but it's worth telling again. I went there and I said, Cindy was her name. I said, bring me every piece of cheesecake you have. And I had a sampler. I had like 50 pieces on a table.
You know what? I did a little chair tour because after I watched the chair, I had to go to it was Pittsburgh for like some sort of event, and I was like, all right, I'm gonna go visit my spots from the chair. First of all, I think we may have stayed in the same hotel.
No way.
They have like a birdcage theme or something like that, or maybe I'm wrong about that. But I definitely went on that stupid trolley. I wanted to see that trolley.
You really like the chair.
Well, it was too. It was
he
too.
Put his vacation tour around this.
I was there for again, killing time in Pittsburgh. There wasn't much to do. I was like, well, I'm here. Let me go see like that. Well, it was really just the trolley, and I wanted to take a picture in front of something else just because I thought my wife would think it was funny.
That's so funny.
But it was like I just happened to time out perfectly. I had like 48 hours to kill in Pittsburgh, and all love to Pittsburgh. I did a lot of stuff. I mean, I did what I needed to do.
You did it all.
I did it all.
Minutes.
Yeah, I did it all. There was a movie premiere that was happening there at the same time, which I thought was so bizarre. Like there was a movie premiere in Pittsburgh for a movie called like Home for the Holidays. I was like watching the James Bond movie Spectre in IMAX. Like that, I went to the IMAX theater. And there's not much to do. I could.
I was only there for a few days.
I'm not allowed back. Pittsburgh hates me because on the show, I was just like complaining because there's no resources there. I loved Pittsburgh. I was there for like 6 months. I stayed longer than I should have. I loved it. But because the show kind of edited me to look like I hated it, now like, because Pittsburgh created the show, like Pittsburgh itself paid for it.
Yes.
Or something. So
well,
didn't people working on it had to be from Pittsburgh?
American Eagle, right? Is that Pittsburgh? Yeah, that's what I saw too.
Yeah, so then like I went back to Pittsburgh for the screening, and literally every coffee shop I went into, everywhere I went, like everybody hated me, and everybody's like, "Oh, you're from the chair. Oh, you think you're better than us?" And I was like, "Oh no."
Yeah, because I want it, bitch. Give me my latte, cunt.
I know. So yeah, I'm not allowed back, but it was great. I loved it.
And you also called everybody there ugly.
That is true.
No. He was talking about his dating app stuff, and when he was swiping at everybody.
Here's the thing.
Wait, but you were in a relationship when you were there.
No. But that's awful. I would never cheat on Lisa.
I didn't say that.
I know, but
You just have a look and you can swipe it.
No. So the cameraman was next to me, and he was on his Tinder. I'm just saying, like, don't put that out there. I have an STD. You can put that out there. No. So
you were looking at somebody else.
The camera guy next to me, I didn't even know what Tinder was at the time.
Right.
Like, I wasn't on those apps. But he had it, and he was going through, and I was just shocked at how, like, disfigured, and like it was so insane. The pictures, I thought they were all jokes. Like I thought it was a joke, like howuglyamI.com. Like I thought it was like a joke website, and it was so insane. And I was talking to a girl about it. She was like, "Oh yeah," she's like, "In Pittsburgh, I'm a fucking 10." She's like, "When I go to LA, I'm a fucking 3.5," and she's like, "That's why I'm here." Like,
Gabby said that
amazing.
right last week.
And I'm like, that's fucking smart. Like I wanted to move to Pittsburgh. I felt great about myself.
Yeah, because you're just like,
Here I hate
By the way, I
myself.
don't want to say anything bad about Pittsburgh now because maybe I have to go back. I don't want to be alienated from the Cheesecake Factory.
I would
Or
never-
American Eagle.
I would never have sex with a shirt on in Pittsburgh. I would be taking that shirt off
Yeah,
all
right.
the time. Here, it's on.
Oh
always.
man, you should get one of these shirts. Make you look skinny.
Like a fucking bikini shirt.
Yeah,
I love that.
I feel so confident.
Wait, I have a
today.
question because I was asking on Twitter. I was like, "Hey
Yes.
guys, do you have any questions?" And they all had a lot of questions, but the one that kept popping up, and then I had to do a little research. You were on Yo Gabba Gabba.
Yeah,
Yes,
what is
yes.
this about?
Explain Yo Gabba Gabba.
Okay, Yo Gabba Gabba is basically like, you know how there are all these shows for kids that are just terrible, like Barney and
Teletubbies.
then those three guys who wear like outfits and whatever. Like they're all bad. So
Greg and Steve.
so these guys, Christian and Scott, they had kids and they're like, I'm fucking gonna blow my brains out if I watch another kid show. So they tried to create a cool kid show, and it's got like really good bands that are popular and current and modern. They have like really good guests that are, again, all those things. And they also have like, you know, the guy from Devo, Mark Mothersbaugh, like doing drawings. It's like a cool, I guess it's the coolest version of a kid show. I knew about it before that because it was also like, you can get high and watch the show.
Yeah.
Like, you
Got
know, but I had joked around with somebody. I was like, he's like, we do a lot of shows, and you should pitch your show to us. And I was like, well, you know what? I really want to be on Yo Gabba Gabba. And he's like, really? And I was like, yeah, I would love to be on Yo Gabba Gabba. So my friend Jack McBrayer and I from 30 Rock, we went on Yo Gabba Gabba, and we got known as the Knock Knock guys. So we could do
Fun.
a dancey dance where you teach kids how to do a dance, or we could do knock knock jokes. So we did knock knock jokes in
Kids
a bunch.
love the knock jokes.
And it was a big one, and that was a big hit. But I feel like the kids don't remember the knock knock jokes as much as the parents do. Because then a lot of the times parents will come up to me and be like, look who it is, you know, like, look who it is. It's a guy from Yo Gabba Gabba. What do you want to say to him? And I feel so embarrassed for the kid because I'm like, I know that you don't know me from
Yeah.
this show, but now I'm having this forced interaction with a 4-year-old where I'm like, he doesn't know or she doesn't know what to say to me. And I'm like, knock. And then
Yeah.
like, and I don't have a bunch of knock knocks on reserve.
Yep.
And then, you know, so yeah,
I can help you out in that
Yeah.
situation.
Ooh, you got
Anytime, no matter what. I know you have children, so you're probably
Yeah.
better with them when you were at this
Of
encounter.
course, yeah.
Uptown, up top, down low, too slow.
So, yeah.
Every time it'll get a kid in the palm of your hand. So
All right,
when
I
in
like
doubt,
that.
up
Use
top,
it. I'll
down
use
low,
it.
too slow.
I
and
will
then
tell
like,
you.
what?
I
That's
will
what my
tell you
mom
that-
used to say when she cleaned my teeth.
Oh, hey.
I will tell you that the one thing that we had to be edited for content in our knock knock jokes, because there's one where I like came to the door as a policeman and they're like, we can't use this one because you know, we're teaching kids not to respect policemen if they come to the door. And that was Nickelodeon. Like, so we had to cut. So, like, the knock knock jokes had to be approved.
That makes
like,
sense.
there was one that we got through and we were so excited about because I was dressed as a cow and had an udder. And they were like, it looks like a dick. And I was like, I'm a cow and that's an udder.
This
like,
is an animal.
Like, yeah, this is the way, this is
is how
the
you get milk,
correct
cunt.
anatomy.
Yeah.
And they finally let the anatomy come through. But yeah, we shot about like, I'm on a bunch of episodes, but we probably only shot for like 2 days over the course of like 2 or 3 years.
Speaking of content approval, I think I saw something on your Twitter. Something about aliens and having too
Yes.
big of a dick. What was that about?
Wait, what?
So
Yeah.
I do this show for Fox called Party Over Here. I co-created it with The Lonely Island, and so we just have all these different sketches, and you know, so sketch comedy is hard because it's like you have to get everything approved by a network, and the network's very stern. So a lot of my favorite sketches we couldn't ever air. We had this one sketch called Ghost Trapper, and it's like this girl comes to the house, and she's like, yeah, your house is haunted. I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to fuck it. And so she starts like fucking this ghost and
Yes.
giving a ghost a blowjob. And like, well, you need to blur out her giving this ghost a blowjob. I'm like, there's
It's a
nothing
ghost.
there.
Yes.
She's just
She's
like
all-
this. Like, and like blur it out. So like we couldn't air that sketch on TV, and and we had to air like a really sanitized version of it. Then like we had another sketch where it was like a bachelorette sketch, and she was like, I fucked that guy, I fucked that guy, I fucked that guy. And they're like, you can't do that. So we had to like sanitize that. And it's like been getting to be so upsetting because it's like, oh,
Yeah.
everything we want to do gets like sanitized and
Creative
cleaned out.
process gets.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so finally the last straw in this last episode we did, we put these CGI aliens in. We didn't create them. They were like stock images, right? You just buy it from online. It's the most generic picture of an alien you could possibly ever imagine. It's like big head, big eyes, and they're naked. Aliens don't wear clothes, or the way, you know, some do, but the ones we, you know, the Roswell aliens that you see,
Yeah.
right? So this alien has a Ken-esque bulge. It's not. It's a mound, not even a bulge.
Smaller than your penis.
Oh my God.
And it's in the background of a scene. It's so tiny. It's so. I mean, I can show it to you.
I'm gonna pull it up right now.
All right. And so you see this thing, and they're like, "That's full frontal nudity. You're showing full frontal nudity." I was like, "What the fuck are you talking about?" They're like, "His buttocks are showing, and his penis is out." I'm like, There's no penis here. There's no penis.
And this is a sketch comedy show?
This is a sketch comedy show.
It's on
Fox. And Fox is very, very strict about what they think.
What time is it on?
11 p.m. on Saturdays. It's like
like
that's
Mad
when
TV
all the
time.
dicks come out.
I know.
Come on.
Like, look how small what that is, and it's in the background. They would not let us air this picture.
I love that even better. That it's like in the back.
Yeah, it's
corner.
not. It's not like focused on.
Ridiculous.
We weren't trying to get like. And I'm also like, look, with the blowing the ghost, I knew that we were trying to do a little bit too much. Like she's like, don't do me, you know, like I don't do anal with ghosts, and she's like, you know, fuck me in my mouth. I want to taste myself. Like I knew we couldn't get that stuff on air, but like this is like that. I'm like, I get you. Like I understand why we can't air this. This, I'm like, come on, yes.
I mean, that's just ridiculous.
Well, I'm actually excited about that. I used to love Mad TV, so it kind
what
of
do you think the
replaced
alien's saying to him? He's like, dude, you got a small dick.
Yeah.
Like in the corner. Like, is he like, yo?
I think he's even talking about it. It's out and about. They're both out and about. It's fun. Yeah, it's a super fun show, and it's it's these three women that are hilariously funny that are leading it. Nicole Byer from Girl Code and Jessica McKenna, who you've probably seen online, and then Allison Rich, who used to write at SNL and done a bunch of different stuff. So it's really fun.
Girl power.
Yeah, it's really cool.
I like that.
And so yeah, we're kind of like finding our footing, and yeah, it's been fun.
I love it.
Good shit.
Well, guys, we have time for a little game. You have a little game prepared, right?
I feel so. Yeah, we got a little
Wait,
activity.
is this a game though? As if I suck? Is this the game that we were going to bring out only if I was terrible?
Listen.
No.
We're actually going overtime because we've had so much fun.
Okay, great.
Wait, do you want to do? What do you want to do? Do you want to do? I think we should do the Farrah thing.
Yeah, that's what I'm pulling up right now.
All right.
So, guys, here's the game. Actually, I don't know. It's not even a game. We are pulling up. By the way, guys, if you want to see this happening, go to fullscreen.com or download the Fullscreen app. Because we are going to pull up Farrah Abraham's Twitter feed. Now, Paul, you had some questions about Farrah.
We were talking about this before the podcast started. I'm amazed at Farrah because I believe she is crafting herself in the mold of a Kardashian. One sex tape and then empire building. But her empire is weird because it went from sex tape to pasta sauce. And those are two things that don't go together. Like, I don't want to hear about a pasta sauce and a sex tape. And then furniture. Like, it's a little bit like, let's just go into like a lip liner. Let's go into a cologne a perfume. Let's do like a pair of high heels. Let's build off the sexy. Right. Let's not go into pasta sauce.
Pasta sauce.
Paul
Which
Newman
is
is for pasta sauce.
It's also a marinade, actually. It's not a pasta sauce.
I think it's an all-purpose meat sauce. You can put chips in it. I think she's a parody. I think she's trying to be a parody of like a Kardashian, maybe.
Okay.
But I don't actually think she's smart enough to know that.
I think the thing that bummed me out the most is she, by such a I feel like I work very hard. I work very, very hard all the time. And to see the amount of Twitter followers she has, and based on mine, I'm like, wow, fuck it. Why just retire? I move to fucking Philadelphia or Pittsburgh and just fucking call it a day.
And apparently she's having a new talk show on the WE channel. A cooking show.
Wait a second.
A cooking show.
She's a chef?
Yes. So that's why now her thing is blowing up. Like,
wait, and by the way, we gotta walk it back. We gotta walk it back and go. This is about a girl who had a pregnancy when she was like what, 16?
Yeah.
How old is that kid now?
The kid,
7,
the kid is young.
With a fashion line.
The kid has a fashion line?
Oh, it's like the fashion ambassador to some child something or other.
Did you see her porn tape?
I did see her porn tape. Yes.
How much of it did you watch?
I watched enough of. I guess I watched. I'm trying to think.
Did you get to the Coke bottle?
No, I did not. And I did not get to the Coke. That I didn't even understand that was a thing. I think. Am I remembering it correctly? Was there like a swing involved, or no? Am I wrong in that?
There was a swing involved.
Okay. Yes.
It started with anal, which is the craziest thing I've ever seen or heard. I don't think she understands sex or anything. She literally was like, okay, it's anal time.
I think the thing that's so weird about her, it's interesting because whenever you see, it's like two things. The Ray J tape seems to me like they were taping themselves having sex, right? Mm-hmm. It wasn't made to be a porn tape.
No.
This was under the guise of, oh, this footage got leaked, but it's clearly a porn. Like, it
With
was
a
made,
porn star.
Right. So, but what's so funny is, I think you'd be like, oh, I'll make a porn tape. But then the harsh reality of fucking on camera comes into play. And there is such an uncomfortability in watching. I'm more fascinated by that.
Right.
Like, I know that there's a lot of like, hey, I just came here for a calendar audition and now I'm going to fuck a guy. Like, that fantasy of a thing.
Yeah.
But this is really, because it's like, it seems stiff to me in some way, too. It's not.
Do you remember how it started with her going, like, coming home, and she'd be like, hey, babe, just getting home from work. She doesn't have a job.
She don't work.
And then
She
he's like,
don't
oh,
work.
what'd you do? She's like, oh, I tried on some lingerie. Want to see it? Like, it was so... And she still sticks by the story that it was real. She's like, no, we were just taping
There's
it.
no camera that you would ever have in that position to catch.
Full lighting and a makeup artist on hand.
That's Bubba the Love Sponge-esque camera work with that Mr. T thing. And I still want to understand, not Mr. T, Hulk Hogan. I still want to understand what he was doing with that camera in his bedroom.
Right? Did you see her at the MTV Music Awards?
I watched the movie awards. I didn't see her then.
She has a new slogan for her tits called rah-rahs. Like
First of all,
fair rah.
Wait, I thought that was like,
That's her
love all their fans. I thought like those are like her believers, her rah-rahs.
Oh, are they? Is that her crew?
I believe that.
Oh, look at
fair
you.
rah.
She goes fair rah on my tits. Rah-rahs.
I think
she said it in an interview.
because she's like, what I'm up to next on Snapchat, love all my rah-rahs. Like, not love my tits, like love all my believers. Like, I love all my rah-rahs. You're my rah-rahs. You're championing me. You're rah-rah, even though I'm fair rah.
Wait.
Like, it's a
Rah-rah,
perfect
Hold
thing.
on. I
She
think
looked like
Shane,
she
do you have
face
anything like
swapped
that?
with Kim Kardashian now.
no. No. People who have names for their audience make
Pod Squad. I made that
that's
name
your
up.
thing.
It is,
People have
and I
names-
like it.
People have names for the audience make me very uncomfortable. Okay, wait, Fair Abraham. I don't know why
Usually
I'm not following
bitch
her.
or-
I want to see. Wait, go back
She
up.
was
Fair
this
Abraham
one?
1.
She
Is
looks
that
like
it?
Kim Kardashian there.
Yeah.
She looks like.
F1 Abraham.
Oh, okay. Here we go. I just followed her. So let's end this game
How
by.
are you
Now
not
you're-
following her
Now
before?
you're just kind of drilling a hole into
Everything
my
I know, and it's a
yet
farce
another.
now.
Okay, now
It's
let's
fun.
see. I think I'm legally allowed to play this, right? Because it's social media.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's see what she's doing today, guys.
Oh no.
Oh God. Well, there was no audio, but it was literally a picture. It was this. I don't know what's happening.
Oh, it's a little
Whoa.
Snapchat filter with cum coming out of her mouth?
What the? And a palm tree on it?
Finally, Snapchat's gone off the rails. They recently had a Bob Marley one where you could put yourself in blackface.
Blackface, yeah.
That's
Shut
not
up.
cool.
At least put a
Snapchat.
joint in it or something.
Yeah.
That's a
That's
Bob
even-
Marley one.
But it was released on 420, I believe, and it was. But it's like, don't do blackface ones. Don't do
Straight
blackface.
minstrel show.
That's not. I say that not in a way to disrespect Bob Marley, but I say that in a way to don't give ammunition to people that will make that
Right.
people will make you regret that.
Right.
That is not for like. There is a lot of people out there that was straight up racist. That's
Yeah.
not going to be good Snapchat.
Did you hear about on Twitter? I don't know. It's like maybe a month ago now. Twitter made like a robot artificial intelligent Twitter account that based its tweets on social people and the other interactions that it made. And then over in the course of 24 hours, this like AI Twitter account became like a racist and like the worst human ever possible. And they've like deleted it now since then.
That's. I mean, well, you know what I was
Yeah.
saying. Look, we all have. I love the internet. I love the social media. I also hate it. But there was one thing today that like summed it up. There's like there's this guy who made some anti-trans comments, and he's a baseball player. He's like, his name is Kurt Schilling, right? So he made these comments, and I am friends with a guy named Dave Schilling, and Dave Schilling has been getting bombarded with fucking homophobe, go back to where you're. And I'm like, this is the internet, because all someone did was put in Schilling.
Yeah.
He probably was the first one up because he's a verified guy, and has just been getting blasted nonstop. It's just rage at the wrong person. And his name is Dave, and the other guy's name is Kurt. But it's just they share the same last name, and that to me encapsulates all like the best and the worst of the internet in
Right.
one whole thing. It's like, I'm so angry at you, but you're not the right guy.
That's like that lady whose Twitter handle was Sharknado, and she was just like a sad housewife.
Oh.
And then when the movie came out, she just got bombarded with hate. It was so sad. And she would tweet things like, "What's happening?"
No.
That happened to me in real life once. I was driving a pickup truck and I was picking up a flag for the Sound of Music, musical I was doing, and it was a Nazi flag.
Oh my God.
And I straight up had
Oh
a pickup
my
truck with an
God.
open window, and I put the flag like in the back of all my shit, so I wasn't like driving around like a Nazi. Well, the back of all my shit means in that big open window in my pickup truck, so everyone's honking at me, fuck you, yelling race, like, you know, Nazi lover, like Jew hater, like honk. I'm
By
like,
the
what am I
way,
doing?
thank
It's a children's
God. Thank
theater.
God you had that response, because the other response would be way
Right?
more
Wake
upsetting.
up, white people.
Yeah, honk, honk, do it.
Praise the Lord and pass the ammunition. Yeah,
Oh my
like,
God.
oh man.
Well, on that note, guys,
Woo.
we're
Watch
gonna go
your flag.
outside
Win the
and
game.
wave our flag. You won the game.
Hey,
You won the game.
Guys, please watch Filthy Preppy Teens, which is on Fullscreen now, fullscreen.com or the Fullscreen app.
Download the app.
Also Party Over Here, right?
Yeah, party over here, sure.
I'm excited about that.
Yeah, thanks so
Let's
much.
do
Yeah.
it. Bring the booze.
Yeah,
I'll
come on,
bring the weed.
let's-
I'll bring the music. We got this.
love it.
Oh wait, really quick, because this is social media, guys. Twitter. What's your
Oh
Twitter?
yeah, I am at Paul Scheer pretty much on everything, and on Snapchat I'm the Paul Scheer. It's very switch it up on you.
All right,
Classic.
Go
Yeah,
follow him.
classic.
Thanks for
Nice.
coming. This
Thank
is so
you
cool.
so much. I had a pleasure. Thanks.
I know.
had a
I love
pleasure.
that I know exactly what your dick looks like, and you know exactly what mine looks
We
like.
did. Yeah, we really got
I
into it.
wanna know what
And wait,
love
I
is.
peed next to you in the bathroom before the show,
Yes.
and there was no urinal option because it
Yeah,
was two
we both
stalls.
had to go stalls.
Would you have gone urinal or stall?
If I was alone in the,
I'm a stall. I'm a stall boy.
I normally go stall. I have to do. This is my thing.
Mhm.
I like to do urinal if there are dividers.
Right.
100% go urinal.
Okay.
But I'm also having this issue with urinals lately, and I don't know if anyone talks about this. There's a lot of splashback on urinals, and I'm like, I don't need to get piss on myself. Like it's like I need to go on the toilet because I know I'm wasting water, but I'm not going to get all that back.
Yeah,
It's like basically
you're
spitting
streamed.
into the wind. Yeah, it's like there's no way for it not to come back out at
Yeah.
you. Like unless it
Right.
was like more of a suction cup device. I think I need to create a better urinal, like
There you
a
go.
much more
Splash
smaller.
guard.
Like it needs to be like a funnel system. Like get it in there instead of this.
Ooh.
Like and it's like one of those slides at like a water park where you go up and then you come down and you come. It's not good. It's not good for water.
Maybe your stream's too ferocious.
Maybe I should be going
You
more
do
often.
have a thick stream.
I
I
have
heard it.
a thick stream.
On that note, guys, we'll see you next time. Bye.